What is good, Space Cowboys? Zero here, bringing you another ship review and build guide. And today I am looking at the Ecliptic Falcata 3. It is a Class A ship, but we are going to upgrade this to a Class B and totally reshape this. It's not one of my favorite Ecliptic ships, so we're going to turn this into something pretty fun here. It is a beautiful looking ship to begin with, but I think we can do better. To start off, I'm going to show you kind of some of the basic stats it comes with, take a tour of the outside, take a look at the inside, and then see what we can do to improve on this beautiful ship here. So let's first take a look at the stats, and then we will jump right into a tour of the outside and the inside of the ship.
Okay, no problem.
No problem. All right, so here we've got the Ecliptic Falcata. Like I said, it's a nice, tight little Class A ship. It comes with a pretty decent reactor for Class A. This is, not bad. We're gonna upgrade this, obviously, to Class B because I like to have as much power as we can possibly get on our ships. Does have great jump range, great shields, decent crew. I mean, all around, it's actually a pretty solid Class A ship. This is the version 3. If you find the 1 or the 2, it's just going to have less stats on all of these with reactor, jump range, shielding, cargo, etc. But not bad. Missiles, ballistics, particle weapons, also pretty decent for what they get. To register the ship, it's going to cost you about 25,000-ish credits. The upgrade that I'm going to do on this is going to run you probably about 350,000 credits to get this up to what I would consider an in-game spec here. But pretty good looking ship. Not too much to it. It's pretty basic. There is a armory here. I believe there is an infirmary here on the bottom level. You know what? Let's go ahead and take a look at exactly what components it has on here. We've got the Adel 280 missile launchers. These are our Dangan weapon or W cannons. These are the ballistics, I believe. And it does have some nice, weapon mounts on either side. If you do want to just kind of keep the ship stock the way it is, you can just swap out. I mean, I think that's a pretty nice design there to have, these particle beams on either side. You could throw on a couple more on the other side or swap that out. But, that's up to you. We are going to make some radical changes to this design. It does not have a lot of fuel, even though it does have a pretty decent jump range. You still may actually have to end up stopping at a few planets, especially if you're making super long jumps. The cargo is surprisingly large for, a Class A ship. Great mobility. It is a quick mover, stock, 150 speed, 100 mobility. I'm going to try to keep that, even though I'm going to be adding a bit more cargo, definitely some heavier parts when I go up to that Class B reactor. But I'm going to still try to keep this really nimble, fast ship on this. I do like the Viking cockpits. I'm going to upgrade this to maybe the 220, I think is the one I want to put on this. But any of the Viking cockpits are pretty nice. I actually like the designs on those. They're not too bad. Like I said, it does come with a Stroud armory here. This is just a companionway there. Underneath here, you've got the infirmary, and then these are just some storerooms and companionways. You have the side loading bay, which I am not a great fan of. I'm going to swap that around as well. But those are your only two hab modules, an infirmary and the armory. I am going to bump our crew up here. I'm going to add some control stations in here to give us a little bit more crew. Crew can really up your stats on a ship, so you want to try to make sure that you can maximize that if you can. But a pretty good looking ship. I stole this from, I don't remember, maybe some level 60-ish level system. You can find these. They're pretty common, not hard to find. They're definitely not a rare spawn, but definitely a good one. You're not going to make much money on this. Like I said, it cost me about 25,000 to register, and I think you can sell them for maybe 28. So you're only going to make a couple thousand. If you are trying to make money, this is not a ship that you probably want to steal. But if you're wanting to upgrade and keep a small, fast ship, this is definitely a fun one to play with, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with that here in the second half of the video. But let's take a look at what this looks like stock. So we had an aerial view just a moment ago. Pretty small. I do really appreciate smaller ships. Sometimes the larger ships just really are kind of hard to get a good look at. They take up the whole landing pad. So I can appreciate these smaller Class A ships. The engine stack in the back is okay. We're going to change this up a little bit. I do like these engines here. We're going to try to keep those same style of engines. There are Class B engines that we could throw on there that might be a little more powerful, but I like the rounded edges, and it's going to fit with the design that I'm going to go with. I'm actually going to be reducing the amount of landing gear to an absolute minimum on my build here. I think it will pass flight check. I'm not 100% sure. We'll see. In reality, I'm not sure if it would actually even be able to stand up the way I've got this build designed, but hopefully it will. All right, so we come in here again. That's our causeway up, and here is our infirmary on the lower deck. There's some good mods out there for infirmary. I found one mod the other day where you can actually make these functional. So like if you have any status ailments, you can actually heal yourself if you have an infirmary on your ship, which makes total sense. I mean, otherwise this is really just a room that just kind of looks cool, but actually making it functional. Great mod. Highly recommend you pick it up. Cannot remember the name of it off the top of my head. Let's go up to the upper deck. Another thing on my build is it is going to be a single deck, so there will be no ladders. Everything will be on just a single deck. I do love armories. This is not my favorite armory, but I do like having an armory pretty much on all of my ships. I think it's one module that I pretty much have on just about every ship that I fly. Like I said, I really like the Viking cockpits. I feel like they're some of the most functional, spacious, aesthetically pleasing cockpit modules, especially some of the smaller size cockpit modules that they have. So I've always been happy with these. This one is I think the 100, but I'm going to upgrade mine to the 220. If you're not sure where the cargo is, it's over here on the side. Armillary, I haven't activated mine yet on this playthrough, but whatever.
Let's get out there.
Hey, crew. Andresia's super mad at me.
Very carefully before you speak.
She's not a fan of piracy. That is our docking right there to stations and boarding other ships. That's it. Small ship. Like I said, only 2 hab compartments. We are going to bump that up to 3 hab compartments. What you choose is up to you. I'm actually going to add in 2 extra control stations. But let me get to the build here. This is the part that I love. Yes, I would love to modify this ship, please. All right, get into the ship builder. Here's what I'm going to do. I am going to strip down basically both the left and the right flanks on this because I just don't like the look of that. It is a little bit too... I don't know, just not the aesthetic I'm looking for here. Alright, so we're gonna clean that up, get rid of that, get rid of that infirmary, get rid of that storeroom, get rid of that companionway. Alright, I've basically stripped it down to what I am going to basically do. I'm gonna get rid of this engine and just move that over. And we are going to go ahead and double up our fuel capacity there. Okay, so this is what we're going to start with. So I just deleted both the left and the right flank and basically everything underneath to go ahead and get my build going. Might as well delete this. I am not going to use that and not going to use that. All right, so there we go. We have our big phallic looking ship here, and let's see if we can make that a little more appealing here. So let's start with our landing gear. The landing gear that I'm going to throw on here, like I said, I'm going to try to absolutely bare minimum landing gear. I'm using the NG20s, and we're going to use the wide and just 2 of them. And I think that will actually be able to do it for us. Here, we're going to go ahead and throw on our front loading bay. And I'm going to use the 120 LD. I love this landing bay for so many reasons. You know, I feel like this one is going to fit with the overall design with this ship. It has sort of that slanted front, but also kind of is going to pull into these wings that I'm going to throw on the sides here. I am going to go ahead and put a couple control stations on here. So let's go ahead and get our habs going on each of the wings. I'm going to keep it with Stroud just because all the components on this were Stroud to begin with. So I'm going to try to stick with Stroud, and there is our control station number 1. And let's go ahead and, what are you doing? Oh, I don't want a computer core. What did I do that for? You could do anything really here, guys. I mean, if you wanted a captain's quarters or if you wanted some living quarters, you know, it's fine. You're going to have plenty of crew. I'm just trying to max out my crew here, so I'm putting 2 control stations, 1 on each side there. I'm going to get rid of this equipment plate here, shift that radiator forward, shift this docker forward, take out that companionway, and here is where I'm going to throw in some extra cargo. There. All right, so she is taking shape. All right. There we go, there we go, there we go. Now is the time I can go ahead and take out these engines. We are not going to use those engines. Okay, so there we go, there we go. I'm going to round out the bottom here, so let's add some structure now to this. For the bottom of this, we are going to be using the Stroud nose cap B. And that actually should be bottom. I want the bottom. Yeah, that'll work. It says top, but oh, there we go. It's actually the bottom. Okay. All right. Those wings are taking shape. Let's go ahead and throw on some Nova cowlings here on left and right. Alrighty. She's taking shape. Let's flip that over here on the other side. Okay, so we have this nice kind of wing shape that we're going for here. And I am going to put some more Nova cowlings on the top here, just to give that nice sort of jet fighter look to this thing. Come on. Why do you keep doing that? Man, sometimes these quick keys are really not any quicker. They are quite frustrating sometimes. I'm going to go ahead and cap these guys off here with some more Nova cowlings. And then let's throw our engine package on here. We are going to use the White Dwarf 3030s. So I think originally it had maybe the White Dwarf 3000s on there. I can't remember, I deleted it. But this is actually a Class A engine, even though we are going to be throwing on a Class B reactor. I just like the look of these. I mean, if you wanted a slightly stronger engine, you could throw on the SAE 5660s. This is going to add a bit more mass though, and I'm not sure if the extra thrust is going to be worth the extra mass that you're going to be putting on. It will give you about the same mobility and top speed, I think, as these. So, you know, that's up to you. I really just kind of picked this one because I really like the look of this. I think that rounded bits fit better with sort of the rounded swept wings and these Nova cowlings there. All right, so we are essentially, I think, have the body that I've always wanted. So really all we need to do now is start adding out some of our components. We definitely need some shielding, and this shield is one of the primary reasons, not the only reason, but having a Class B shield is going to give us way more shielding than any of those Class A. So we're going to go with the Vanguard Bulwark. Let's go ahead and swap out this toroidal reactor for a Class B reactor while we are doing this. You could really put any one of these on here. I think this 104 DS Mag is going to be your best one. It's going to give you 39. It might be a better one. I'm not really sure. Why did that? There we go. But it's Class B. We're going to keep it Class B. I don't really want to go any higher than that. I want to keep this a pretty small build. As you can see, this is pretty tight as it is. You can upgrade this this grav drive if you want to. It's a Class 9. I'm actually not. I mean, I've got 30 jump range. It's going to be plenty for what I'm trying to do. I don't really care too much about the grav drive health. I mean, I don't really need the hull points, but you can, if you want to spend the extra credits to get that up to a higher level grav drive, go for it. Not necessary, but definitely can. All right, so we are pretty much done with everything. We've got our shields, our reactor, our engines, fuel, structure, HABs. Now all we need to do is load out our weapons package, and we are gonna be good to go. So this is where a lot of people differ on, you know, depending on what skills you've invested in, what type of, you know, weapons you really prefer. I enjoy particle weapons. You might have a different preference. If you guys have some suggestions for ways that I could better maximize some of these, please leave some comments below. I'm always trying to make my builds better. But what I'm going to do here on the wings is I'm going to throw on some Class B, and we are going to get these Exterminator 95 megavolt auto helions. And I can only get 3 of these on here because they take up 4 power each. So we're going to throw 3 on the right side. And then on the left side, we're going to go with just the plain Exterminator 95s, not the autos. Unless, I mean, if it's possible, if you guys know, maybe I just haven't tried to do it. I wish you could do 2 different sets of 3, because I know I can set one weapon to weapon 1. Can I do that to weapon 2? I don't know. I don't think so. I think that one weapon all fixes to the same. I don't know. Let me try. Actually, I've never tried it, so. I mean, I think what's happened for me before is, so I try to assign that to that and to that. Yeah, because it assigns all 6 of those to just the one weapon slot. It would be nice if I could set them to 2 separate ones so I could have all the same weapon, but I can't. Unless I'm not doing it right. If you guys know how to do that, please share with me, because it'd be nice if I could have all of the auto weapons and not have to have half auto and half regular. Alright, so that is my main particle package right there. And what I'm actually going to do for my third weapon is go down to a Class A weapon. And this is really mostly just because I want to have 6 of them. And this is the only one I think I found that I can have. I mean, not the only one. I'm sure there's others, but I felt like this was one of the better damage per second for a Class A weapon that I could have 6 of them. There's probably a better way to do this, but I like all of the beams. So I'm doing the Vanguard Obliterator Auto Projectors, and I'm going to pop 6 of these guys on here. And there she is. That is the new Falcata. Let's go ahead and color this in. I'm gonna actually do a red. I don't know, the red falcon, the red Falcata. Oh yeah. So that is pretty much it there. Oh, hold on, let me go ahead and assign my exterminators. Alright, we are nominal. Alright, so weapons, we got 141 particle, 212 particle, 126 particle, 1233 hull, 1450 shield, 1680 cargo, 9 crew, mobility 100, top speed 150. So this is, I think, what I am going to go with. I'm pretty happy. Definitely quite a bit different than the original Falcata. I usually try to stay pretty true to the original on these, but, you know, I just didn't like the build on this one, and I felt this is a way better build. Oh yeah, I was going to switch out the cockpit. You don't need to do this, actually. The CP100 is just fine, but let's go ahead and see what the CP220 looks like here on this guy. There you go. That actually dropped my mobility down slightly, so I don't know, maybe you don't want to do that. Up to you. I guess this has slightly higher mass on this cockpit than the other one, but oh no, I lost my weapons. There we go. There we go. There we go. So that's it, guys. That is the new Falcata. We're gonna go ahead and rename this guy the Red Falcon. Rename to the Red Falcon. And we're gonna take it out for a spin. We're gonna take it out for a spin. I don't know, tell me what you guys think. What would you do differently about this? What weapons might you do differently? Would you change any of the components? It is a little bit of an expensive build, you know, 385,000. You know, for a Class B ship, you know, I guess that's about what, maybe a little bit more than it's gonna cost you for something like the Shield Breaker. But this has, you know, better stats than the Shield Breaker for sure. I don't know. Tell me your thoughts. I'd love to hear your feedback, guys. I've been loving chatting with some people about, you know, the builds they've been making, their thoughts on my builds. I really do learn so much from you in the community, and I really do appreciate it. I'm having a lot of fun with this part of the game. You know, earlier on in my playthroughs, I was really focused on questing and stories and all that, and recently I've been getting into building. So I think probably the next thing after I'm done playing with ships, I'm gonna get really into outpost building. I have not really played with that much, but this is gonna take up my time for the foreseeable future because it is a lot of fun. So let's go take it out and kill some stuff. All right, Red Falcon, here we go. Oh, yeah. Like I said, I just like the look of having 6 of these guys. There might be some Class B weapons that you can get 6 of them on there that might do as much damage or maybe more. I don't know. But look at the weapons package on this ship, man. What? 12 particle weapons. This thing is just going to be a pew pew monster. All right, let's. Oh, you know what? I didn't actually take a full. Well, we'll take a look around in space here. Let's take a tour of the inside. Not much is going to be different. We're going to come right up into the armory here. Whoa, is that my Valco? So right into the armory. There's our loading bay. I feel like this is a pretty good spot with this armory because there's not a lot back here. It is a little bit weird because you lose some of your armory space with these two doors on the left and right. So not a great use of your armory. You do have one here. Maybe a different armory module might be better here, I'm not sure. These are our control stations on the left and the right. Symmetrical here.
Spit it out then.
Man, she is so mad at me. And then right up into our cockpit. And here we go. That is it. That's the whole ship tour. Let's take off. I like the color scheme. I don't know, what color would you guys go for on this? I like that dark red. I feel like this is my pirate ship. If I was gonna switch anything out, I might add some EM weapons on here just so I could do a little bit more pirating, but you know, kind of just feeling like scrapping ships these days here.
Lifting off now.
I am amazed that it let me pass flight check with just those 2 landing gear.
Orbital pattern locked.
All right, there she is. What a beauty. All right, here is... That's the autocannons. This is the regular ones, a little bit slower. And then here is the Class A particle weapons. That is the full package firing right there. Look at that. I'm pretty happy with this build. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think here. Let's go pick a fight, see how it actually handles. I'm usually flying Class C ships, so I'm a little bit nervous. I'm actually going to have to pay attention when I fly here. Alright, let's go to my favorite hunting grounds. If I can ever find them. There we go. Serpentis. I think I forgot to put, oops, some of my power in grav drive. That's, my bad.
Yes, we're here. Look at those beautiful stars.
Alright, so I haven't put I haven't put actually very much power into engines, and, you know, we got a decent top speed. It's got great mobility. This thing turns like...
Target's sitting there with no grav drive now.
I mean...
Yes. Grav drive is out of commission.
It handles pretty well. I mean, it handles really well. This thing has great mobility. really great mobility. Anyways, guys, that is my build. I could run around killing stuff all day in it. Tell me what you think. Hope you enjoyed it. Go out there, build it for yourself. I'll try to put some parts down in the description so you can follow along and build it a little easier, but this one's a pretty small build. Should be pretty easy. I didn't swap too many things out here. Really all I did was these wings on either side, and then just swap out some components for whatever works best for you in your budget and whatever skill of ship design you have. Go for it. I hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching. I'll check you in the next one. Cheers.